There'll be food and drink and ghosts, and perhaps even a few murders. You're all invited.
What's going on, everybody? Mike Macabre. Welcome to Bump in the Night Studios, where we not only talk monsters, we make monsters. And for today's video, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. Now, anytime I do a video on this channel, it's always going to fall under the umbrella of scary stuff, in some way, shape, or form. I mean, most of it's going to be me talking and making monsters, but, I want to be versatile, so I want to talk about different things here and there, maybe like some true crime stuff or paranormal. All falls under the umbrella of scary still, I won't ever be reviewing chicken noodle soup or something like that, but, today's video is going to be a little different, and, so if you're super into the paranormal, you are going to most likely really love this video and really like this. And don't worry, we're going to be getting to that soon. But before I go to the video, I want to give you guys the story. I want to preface the video with a story, because it'll make the video that much more interesting for some of you to hear this first before you watch the video. And so I thought about disabling the comments, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to politely ask and beg of everybody to please be respectful. If you don't believe in the spiritual or the paranormal, I completely respect that. We are all different, and it's no problem at all. I ask everyone to be respectful because what I'm about to talk about is a very touchy subject. There's a few touchy subjects. This is not the first time I tried to record this video. I tried to do it multiple times. I thought about doing this for weeks now. It's very hard for me to talk about this, but I want you guys to have the story, and hear my part of it before you see it. Hear what I believe and what I think is going on here in the video. Forgive me if I get upset. This is, like I said, very touchy subject. It's very, very hard for me. So my wife and I have a son. He's 3.5 years old now. The video you're gonna see, I believe, was is from 2 years ago or so. However, my wife and I were friends 2 years before we got together, and before we got together, both of our younger brothers passed away, and her younger brother was her favorite person in the whole entire world. Was her best friend, and so was mine. I call him my brother because he is my brother. Technically we don't have the same parents. However, we were friends since we were little kids, and blood could not have made us any closer when I tell y'all that he was my favorite person on earth. He was, and he still is, and he was young, so was my wife's brother, and it wasn't like they were sick or something. They died. They died very quickly and very unexpectedly. It wasn't like they were sick and we had time to be with them and say our last words, and it didn't work like that. It was like we got a phone call, and that was it. I was, me and my brother were, we were on the phone before the day he passed. I'm not going to get into any details or anything. I'm just going to say that both of them died very quickly, very suddenly, and very young. My brother, I think he had just turned 30, and my wife's brother was even younger. He was I believe he was 26. He was in his mid-20s, man. Just absolutely terrible, and it broke me. It broke my heart. I was not in good shape for a long time, man. To this day, I still cry and I'm not ashamed to say that. I cry all the time. I can't begin to describe to you guys the heartache and the heartbreak that I feel because my brother is not here anymore. It's so hard for me to accept. To this day, it's very, very hard for me, and I don't want to ramble and keep going on. But I want you guys to hear all this before I put the video up. And I'm sure you guys see the title of the video. So, man, so my son, like I say, he's 3.5 now. During this video, I think he was only a year old. He has autism, and that's another reason this video is a touchy subject. My son is the number one most important person on the entire earth to me. I had absolutely not a clue what love was till the day that my son was born. He is so perfect and special to me, and I love him so much. Words can't even begin to describe to you guys what my son means to me. When my brother died, I was in such a bad place. Like I was physically sick. I wasn't eating. I had a headache that no matter how much Tylenol or ibuprofen I took, it wouldn't go away. Like I was losing weight. It was really, really bad. Like I felt like I was dying. I really did. I felt like I was just gonna wither away and die from heartache. It was really rough. It's still really rough. I'm sorry. It's just hard to explain when somebody is. I mean, it doesn't matter who it is. It could be your brother, your sister, your cousin, somebody you're not even related to. But like when your favorite person, when your favorite person in the whole world dies, it's like your whole world crumbles, and that is. Oh my God, that's how I felt. I felt like I couldn't even live anymore after I found out. When I got that phone call, I was at work, and, a mutual buddy of my brother and I called me, was like, yo, it doesn't look good. I was like, what do you mean? He was like, he's not gonna make it. And to this day, I'm still so messed up over it, and I will forever, for the rest of my life, be brokenhearted because of it. And I know that I know my wife feels the same way about her brother, dying. Especially at a young age, like it's always sad when somebody dies, but it's even worse when they're so young, like, man, like in your 20s and 30, like, man, that's young, man. Like, Jesus. I'm sorry. This is why this video's took me so long to film. I don't even know if I'm gonna put this up. Alright, I'm sorry, y'all. I had to take a minute. This is a couple of days later and all that, man. I told you I was a sensitive subject. I wasn't lying, man. But I'm gonna keep it together, you guys, and finish this story real quick so y'all can see this video. Alright, so where were we? So my brother passed, my wife's brother passed, and her and I ended up getting together. And after only a few months of us being together, we found out we were having a baby. So 8 months later, she was induced a month early, we had a baby boy. And we felt it befitting, like it was only right that we name our son after our brothers who passed. So that's my son's name. His name is our brothers' names, So yeah, so when my brother passed, he was, a machine was breathing for him, and I asked to have a minute with him, just me and him in the room, and I know this might sound crazy to some people, but I said to him, I said, show me some way, somehow, that, your soul is present, that you're still around. I was like, I don't care, bro, throw something across the room, turn a light off. I know that might sound wild to some people, but like I was just so brokenhearted that it's like I asked him for like clarification to show me that he was at peace, you know, show me that your soul is still, you know, in the atmosphere, man. So quite a few things have happened to me since. It's coming up on 5 years he's been gone now. And but this right here, what I'm about to show you guys, is like the most prevalent thing that I've seen. Now what you're gonna see is me. I filmed this from my phone. I was filming the baby monitor. So that is the video you're about to see. That is what you are seeing, is me filming the baby monitor as I was sitting next to it here in this very room. So I'm going to show you guys the video, then I'll come back on and discuss a little bit, you know, what I think, how I feel, and you guys, you know, in the comment section, because let me know how y'all feel. So here it is. Pretty wild, ain't it, man? Yo, I remember I woke up in the middle of the night. As you could see on the monitor, it was like 1 in the morning. And I thought I was like seeing things, man. But I like shook my head and opened up my eyes wider. And I was like, what? I pulled up my phone and started recording, man. You can even see that part where like my wife goes out there and she pulls the playpen out a little bit so we can better see him on the camera, you know. And they're still like just floating right there, and they're super vibrant and glowing. It's man, it's crazy. And of course, I'm not claiming that I know what it is. Like even paranormal experts still to this day don't know exactly what orbs is. Of course, I mean, I feel like orbs are, because a lot of the, you know, biggest paranormal videos that you see, there always seems to be orbs, you know. And it's not like, sometimes like it'll be like dust or a floating spider's web or something like that you know, you can tell aren't orbs. This video is like, these are like glowing balls of like plasma, like kind of lights, you know what I mean? And it's, man, it's wild, man. So I mean, you guys let me know what y'all think in the comment section. Like I said, please keep it respectful, you guys. If you don't believe in the paranormal, if you think I'm just some crazy kook or whatever, that's perfectly fine. Everybody has the right to their own opinion, you know. But of course, I mean, I believe that, you know, like I said, both of my wife and I's younger brothers passed very quickly, very suddenly, and you know, like I said, we named our son after them. So I feel like these are my brothers, you know, my wife and I's brother, watching over him, you know, like they're his guardian angels now, you know. I can't prove that, of course, but I'd love to, you know, think that, you know. And that's what I feel like is going on here, you know. You guys let me know what y'all think, you know. But yeah, I feel like anybody interested in the paranormal, like this will, you know, this video is extremely interesting. I have multiple videos of this, you know what I mean. This is not the video I put up is like one of the better ones, of course, but like there's a few of them from that night. I just kept recording because I was just so amazed, like, oh my god, what is, like, this is crazy, you know. So yeah, man, you guys let me know how y'all feel. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the subscribe button. I would super appreciate it, man. You guys, Mike Macabre signing out. Until next time, y'all take care.